My name is Dave, and I have taught in the mountain school, I think ever since it got restarted. There was a period where they had an active mountain school, and then it kind of dropped off. And then when it started up, I was there. Casey, you were in the first class, and that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
2016.
I have a group of young people that I teach, that I work with. We do a lot of camping, a lot of winter stuff, a lot of rock climbing, glacier climbing, whatever they're interested in. It's 15 to 20 years old, affiliated with the Boy Scouts. I'm also a motivational speaker. I spent 15 years in the Army Reserve as a drill sergeant, so I know how to motivate people. I don't know that you guys would go out and do push-ups if I told you to, though. You might have a rebellion or something. So that's it. What you're going to learn, you can see this thing okay?
Yep, I see it.
Okay, good. Well, at least we're 50% there. I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to read something to you. Water is the foundation of all life. It comprises the bulk of our bodies. Our cells cannot function properly without enough of it. Water helps maintain proper pressure in our cells, which enables them to metabolize nutrients. Water keeps our kidney functioning. Dehydration causes a decrease in our blood volume, which results in less oxygen reaching our muscles, and thus cramps and soreness during or after a hike. Okay, sweating depletes our bodies of sodium, like Nancy talked about, and I think that's about all we have to do. I see people on the mountains all the time coming down when we're going up, and they say, I have to turn around, I have cramps, and it's just tough to say, why aren't you drinking enough water? I hike with a woman, and she'll come up to me at 3 in the afternoon, and we're at the top of St. Helens and halfway down, and she'll say, hey, Dave, what? I haven't gone to the bathroom since yesterday afternoon at 4 o'clock. And it's like, why? Aren't you drinking? Yeah, but I don't want to go to the bathroom out here in the snow. Everybody will see me. And it's like, get over it, I guess. So drink a lot of water. So why filtered water is more important? If you drink dirty water, Nancy talks about that, gastrointestinal problems. You get diarrhea. Not necessarily right now. They'll happen later when you're home at work. That's always the best time. I'm a truck driver, so that would be really interesting for me if I got that kind of problems, halfway between Walla Walla and Pendleton. I might have to, hit the bushes or something. But the difference in purifying and filtering water, I suppose you could filter water using a handkerchief, because, it depends on what the definition of filter is. You could filter the big, we call them flavonoids. When you're melting snow for water, you get all this foreign material floating in your water, and we call them flavonoids. When handkerchiefs filter it out, it's not how we're purifying the water. So again, the disclaimer, there's no way I can cover all the different brands, not types, but the brands of filters, because there's, as much as you have money, they'll take it and make filters. And I sometimes think that companies make a new product, not because it's better, but because they want to make more sales. And so our next slide, hopefully my video is going to work, but this is a little video I thought was kind of funny. We got to go to where? Gee.
Up at the top, you got to make sure to enable share computer audio.
There we go. Share computer. Share computer sound.
Share computer.
Cool, clear water. Dan, can you see that big green tree where the water's running free and it's waiting there for you and me? The nights are cool and I'm a fool. Each star's a pool of water. Cool water. I whip and down, I wait and yawn and carry on to keep a moving, Dan. Don't you listen to him, Dan. He's a devil, not a man. And he spreads the burning sands with water.
Dave, in the interest of time, we might
Dan,
have to
can
cut
you
the video
see
short.
that big green tree where the water's running free and it's waiting there for you and me? Whoa!
Okay, so that took care of that. We're back live. So I'd like to share some common myths. So I went to a website which got common myths about water purification and what kind of water is safe to drink. Running water is always safe to drink, right? Look at how pretty it looks, and all the sun is kind of getting in down in there and working on all that stuff. See, that's the sun coming down like that, and it's purifying the water, right? No? Okay. So that's that one. Well, here's some water still running. Is that look okay yet? That's a little bit on the questionable side, wouldn't you think? Okay. So I don't know that I drink that. On this one here, you don't know what's upstream. There may be a dead moose laying in the stream or something. So you don't want to do that. How about salt water? Can we drink salt water? Nancy, you said we should replenish our body with salt. So we could sip a little salt water, you think? No, I don't think so. I don't think we need to be drinking salt water because there's too much salt in it and that results in an imbalance. How about cactus? Bear Grylls says we can drink water out of a cactus. Anybody ever heard that? Well, the only problem with that is there is moisture inside the cactus. There's not a lot of it. It's not like a bubbling stream or a bubbling artesian well. And it's mostly really acidic and just not very good. So no, cactus is not good. So drinking your own urine? Well, if you're really hydrated, you don't need to drink your urine because you're hydrated. And if you're not really hydrated, your urine's going to be so dark and full of poisons that you're really not going to get anything out of it. So probably drinking your urine, no. Now you could use it in a solar still, and you could get moisture out of it like that. Another common myth, no matter what Bear says, you cannot get water from elephant dung. This is one of those urban myths that it's just not there. We don't even have elephants around here, so I don't know if you could find some elephant dung, much less drink water out of it. Okay, why do we need to purify water? When we're hiking, bears don't drink without filtering. They don't get sick. You know, it's like going to Mexico. Mexicans don't get Montezuma's revenge. And this gets back to what Nancy said about building up immunities. Well, why do we need to purify our water? Because we're not bears, okay? And since we're not bears, nor are we Chuck Norris, we should probably filter or purify our drinking water, all right? Now, this is the first time I've ever done a PowerPoint presentation, believe it or not. Like I said, I'm a truck driver, and I can back a 53-foot trailer or back up into a loading dock, and I can shift a 13-speed Road Ranger. But this is part of teaching old dog new tricks. Now, there's some natural chemical treatments. First thing you got to do is find an Oregon grape plant. Now, I don't know that I've ever seen an Oregon grape plant, but they say we got to find one. And then we chew the root of the shrub before taking the water and after. The inner bark of the Oregon grape plant has berberine. This is an antimicrobial alkaloid that is very powerful against microorganisms. Perhaps we could chew this for the coronavirus, and maybe that would work. One of the disadvantages of this method is the fact that you might find this shrub easily, and if you do, you might have a very hard time chewing it since it's very bitter. Not only can't you find it, it tastes like, not very good. So that's there. Then we have using plants. Now this is ways to find. I got this off a website. I don't know, one of those learn to survive in the forest website things. Find some leafy plants, not toxic. Get a branch that has a good number of large, healthy leaves. Shake the branch in order to get rid of insects and debris. Wrap each leaf on the branch with a plastic bag and use the string to secure the bag tightly on the leaves. The trick here is to prevent any evaporated water from escaping. Now, instead of wrapping each leaf on the branch, I was wondering that you couldn't just get a whole bunch of leaves and put them in a bag. But it says here, wait for a few days, and there will be enough water to drink. And I maybe work in a survival situation, but I think for backpacking on the PC Pacific Crest Trail, probably not good. So that we're going to skip over that one. Then we have solar water disinfection. Okay, use a clear plastic bottle. Can everybody see this okay? I guess I could go, well, it's too late now. Fill the plastic bottle with unclean water. Once this is done, take the bottle and place it in direct sunlight. You should choose a spot where the bottle is hit directly at all times by the sun. Now, this is their words, not mine. The best place to put it is where there is no shade. So you want to put it directly in the sun, but not in the shade. Have the bottle sit in the sun a few days. Okay? Drink the water. So, t-shirt filtration. Now, you notice the word up here says filtration. Take the t-shirts and tie them on the sticks, make it kind of a tripod thing, and put these t-shirts on the top of these tripods. The next thing you need to do is have a container below the t-shirts in which you will collect the clean water. Now, pass the water through the filtrate and watch as clean water collects into your container. If the water is not as clear as you want, pass it through the filter again for better results. That again is filtration and not purification. So now we're going to move into methods of filtering water. And this one right here, this is a really, really good filter. It does a super job. It's a spring water system. It's a reverse osmosis membrane kind of a deal. I think we ought to start taking these. We could rent them out. But the only problem was it weighs 100 pounds, it loses electricity, and it requires a pressurized water source. So maybe not. Maybe this wouldn't be so good. So maybe they have other options. Let's scroll down and see.